knowing that it is equal to yes. All boxes of the objects it will break. He flash the lightning and make no earthquake. Rasta ain't no fake. Well, rise from your knees, wake up from your sleep. No time for free talk, you know that is cheap. Zion have no place for the weak. Make it while I speak. Say come, Zion hurry up and come. Zion hurry up and come. Zion hurry up and come. Zion set yourself free. Will not get just in vain. Just in take what I can know. This is why I say, come, Zion. Hurry up and come, Zion. Hurry up and come, Zion. اليوم معكم Charles Goy, the grandson of Ferdinando Goy. أنا الليلة جي أتكلم في برنامج بتاع City of Tombora، وأنا جي أتكلم في برنامج معين في أماكن معين. فجزء من الحاجات أنا جي أتكلم فيه الليلة هو برنامج بتاع اسم بتاع City of Tombora، والآية تاني هو برنامج بتاع Economic في تومبرا، والحاجة تاني هو برنامج بتاع immigrants من دولة الجوار اللي هو Central of Africa أو كونغو زايري. so ده حاجات أنا جاي أتكلم فيها الليلة. أو في قديم الزمان في التاريخ بتاع تومبرا كان في سنو. فده جزء من الحاجات أنا جاي نتكلم فيها الليلة. زي ما أنا ذكرتكم أنا اسمي شارلز جوي. ف إنت لو دارت فولو معي دايما أمشي في www.prcgsio.com. إنت ممكن تلينك تسمع في المزازيك، إنت ممكن تلينك في حاجات كتير. ده حاجة أنا جيت الليلة قلت نجي نشارك معكم في برنامج بتاع Western Equatoria. So my name is called Charles Goy. I'm the grandson of Ferdinando Goy. Today I'm coming to speak to you a little bit about the matter fact of the Western Equatoria city of Tombra, South Sudan. So what I'm coming up with is today my topic is a little bit things that I'm gonna have to focus on it. So I just gonna mention a few things right here for you to understand what I'm coming today to you to talk about it. One of things that I'm coming up to speak about it is very important about the freedom economic. Two things is how the immigrants came from other country to enter to Tombra long years ago, and three things is how people long years ago used to live in the city of Tombra, who they are,
what is their originality or originals, or what is what was the original people that used to live in the city of Tombra long years ago. So those are my topic today. I'm gonna have to focus with you guys, to focus with you folks. That way you can understand very clearly about the city of Tombra, South Sudan. So here is few things. Western Equatoria was divided into state was in July 9, 1956. That is a very important key people have to understand. So everybody will agree to sign the official document that Western Equatoria agree in July 9, 1956 about how to form the capital city in Yambio. So when this was signed this documentary, it say that Yambio is the capital city of Western Equatoria State. It was divided by the four type of group. So it means Maridi has to be different state, and Tombra has to be different state. Amadi state have to be there. So those are four types of the state that people who used to live in Western Equatoria long years ago, back in 1956, signed this documentary officially. So today I'm gonna have to talk to you folks about the motherfucked violences, discrimination, abuses, things that are not going very clear among the young youth group, among the young people in the city of Tombra, Western Equatoria, South Sudan. So what happened back on May 19, 2001? The man come up to speak called Bundutolt Abazengere in news about the fire clash corps that happened among the young youth group in Tombra, created tremendous violence in the Western Equatoria. So that happened because sometime, people from Western Equatoria, they have a lot of conflict between them, and those kind of domestic violence or discrimination or abusing or social violences needs to be stopped. That people can all come each other to work each other, to agree, to make agreement that they can work together, they can do things together. So that happened in July 19, in May 19, 2021 was about that. But today here, I'm gonna have to share with you a lot of things to focus about the city of Tombra. In the early 19th century, the Abandiat people were cross the border from Central Africa, come to Bambuti and to Obo, and cross the border to come to live in 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 Tambora, South Sudan, in Sarsibu, South Sudan. So what was happening when the Bandia people from Central Africa Republican to come to South Sudan? It say like this very clear: the Bandia people rule over the Vungara tribes, the Vungara tribe, and the two group build the power. The two group build the power, and the two groups build the power and become, call themselves the Azande people. The Azande people. And they divided in the savannas of what is now called the Southern Party of Central of Africa Republicans. So the Azande are about two groups. The Azande people are about two groups. It means they speak more than 5 languages. More than 5 languages. One of the language that they can link to is the Sangu languages. Second, the second language that they can link to is DIO languages. And third party of the languages that they can speak is Makaraka language. The first party that they can speak is Audio and the Azande languages. So that those are the 5 groups. When the Abandia come from Central Africa Republican and cross the border between Bambuti and Obo and link to come immigrant to live to Tombra or to Sarsibu, and they link to formation that call to call themselves the Azande people. So that is the key point people have to understand. So before it was no, this name was no among the younger group in Tombra long years ago. That's how the political party of the Azande came from the Bandia, and turned to 2 group party and make a formation, build the power, and created something called the Azande name. So we have to understand that very clearly in the systematic among the youth group in Western Equatoria. Very clear that they have to understand. Come back to speak about the grandpa called Ferdinando Goy. Ferdinando Goy was the founder of the rebels Anyanya 1 with Joseph Lagu long years ago in South Sudan. Joseph Lagu was the founder of the rebel group among the Mahdi youth group in Equatoria, in Central Equatoria. And Ferdinando Goy was the founder of the rebel group among the youth group in Western Equatoria, up all the way from Western Equatoria to Albargazal. Wow. So that was the formation of grandpa Ferdinando Goy. So in that languages here, there is many things I'm gonna have to discuss with you about the Ferdinando Goy. When he found he was found there, the group of rebel Anyanya one in Western Equatoria. What was happened? What was the formation? What was the power? What was the agenda? So the important things here is Goy was created two important a security force. One of them might be one of the security was called the scout security, and the second group, the second party was called Anzanzareme security, and if a security force to fight with the military of Arabians long years ago in the city of Tombra. So during that time, there were no Zande right there. There were no any Azande, any tribe right there. There used to be only a Balanda of Azande in the in the city of Tombra. Oh, so that is things we have to know. That is agenda that we have to know. In the politician today, people does not speaking about it. People forget about Ferdinando Goy. People forget about who was among the youth group fighting in Western Equatoria long years ago. That history has been raising up in the document. What we try to do is to bring that history back, that people in South Sudan can understand very clear who was the founder of the rebel Anyanya one in Western Equatoria, in entire Western Equatoria, was Ferdinando Goy. And what is the agenda of Ferdinando Goy? Things like this used to be in the city of Tombra long years ago. During the Aboud administration, during the Aboud, General Aboud administration, what was the agenda of Aboud? To send the Arabian force from North Sudan to come to stay in the city of Tombra. So it brings tremendous things every day investigation from Ferdinando Goy to investigate it. What is going now between Ferdinando Goy and the Arabian administration. So that was long years ago. Ferdinando Goy created something that called a politician language among the youth group of Azande. The language of the politician that Ferdinando was created is to use a scout security force to investigate it in the city, across the city of Tombra, all the way across Western Equatoria, all the way to Obo, to Bambuti, to Congo, Zaire, to Albargazal, to the place called Bangazagino. So that was the first thing that Ferdinando Goy was created. It rebuilt a movement of troops. So it means when Arabic come with it, they will come with a lot of trucks. It's called Lawari, and then with the military will sit on the front of on those trucks, and the driver have to driving them from Albargazal all the way in the city of Tombra. And during that movement, the scout Bazengere job is to go to claim the tree behind the street, very far a little bit, to watch around what is going on, to investigate around, to see what is going on between the Arabian movement. So if the Arabian are really coming, the scout will fire three 3 shotgun up that the rebel of Ferdinando Goy, that they are already coming, and in that way the rebel will come and then lay down and then make a fire, lead a bed, and the Arabian military will try to bring all the bull down. They will stay maybe all 2 days or 3 days to fire the gun on the opposite side when the rebel was firing from. And in that case, the scout is already run away, escaped from the place, and the rebel of Ferdinando Goy is already escaped from that place. They will come to make another plan, to set another plan, and that plan is called that plan is coming. The agenda of that plan will come from the security that called Anzenzereme security. So that was the plan in Western Equatoria long years ago. Today people forget about it. That was the agenda of Ferdinando Goy. Ferdinando Goy also was trying to investigate the general of the private security of Arabian in the city of Tombra, that called give it make the scout and the Anzenzereme security to create the name for that Arabian private detective. They give him name called Bangere. So Bangere was the general private detective of the Arabian during the war of Abud in the city of Tombra. The movement is like this. So Ferdinando Goy give the private code number to the scout and Anzenzereme. What is the code number was called Bangere. Bangere means someone that doing investigation in the city of Tombra is from Arabic. They don't know his name. That is the meaning of Bangere. So here is 2 things I want to say about the meaning of Bangere. Bangere means is people that came to cross Bambuti and the Obo to pass the border to come to the South Sudan side in Tombra or in Sarsibu. The scout security rebel have to investigate them in the border, and if he's really come from Central Africa, they will give him the name called Bangere Azande, Central of Africa. So that is the meaning of private court long years ago that my grandpa Ferdinando Goy used to use. And if they come from Congo Zaire, they will give them the private court called Bazande Azande Congolese Zaire. So that is a private court that was linking in Western Equatoria long years ago during my grandpa Ferdinando Goy. So that 2 court, it can show you exactly the Azande of Congolese and the Azande of Central Africa. There is 2 divisions divided. Zande are not all the same. There is Azande of Central Africa, there is a Zande of Congolese, Zaire. So in that case, I'm gonna have to talk to you a little bit about that later on. So the first Sudanese Civil War was begin in 1955 and in 1972 end up the war because of the conflict between the northern Arabians and the southern Junubin. So in Sudan, that was the agenda of the war. So the rebel was founded and led by two groups in South Sudan. One of the rebel group was led by Ferdinando Goy in Western Equatoria regions. Second group of the rebel was led by the Joseph Lagu, mostly from Mahdi group tribes in southern Sudan. During that time, we did not know who was the Adenka people. We did not know who was the Nuer people. We did not know who was the Zande people. We did not know many different tribes. So that is things people have to come up with it, to understand the formation, to understand the dialogue language about the formation of rebel group long years ago. Come in near future, start to showing up Ablaler from Adenka. That was lately. So Big Daddy, Grandpa Ferdinando Goy, language of politician of use among the Balanda Azande in Western Equatoria was founded to use is what? It's called what? Simba. So what is the meaning of Simba in Swahili? A Simba is a big lion in Swahili. We might understand that. That is, when you carry a radio call, a hanky to do investigation, you have to know what is the private code of the radio in private investigation. That was the agenda of the Ferdinando Goy, to create a scout to use the private code, and that code comes from the Swahili language. It's called Simba. What is the meaning of Simba? Simba is a lion, maybe a big lion that's passed the border to come to the Sudan side, to the South Sudan side, and to eat people. So that is the meaning of Simba. So Simba is a lion, come past the border to South Sudan to eat people at night. So the language calls Tombra. What does it mean? Tombra is not the name of the city of Tombra. Tombra is not the really name of the city of Tombra. Tombra is a name of person. Or Tombra also in a Zande language is the name of crime. So Tombra is a name of person in Azande. Tombra is a name of using crime in Azande. So it described from Grandpa Ferdinando Goy say, it is very clear. Come to listen to me here. The language called Tombra it means take out the power from them in Azande. Good languages. So Tombra also mean Abatu, mean Abatu when the Abandia people come from Central Africa, they use the power, they form two groups, form the power, take over the power from the Avungara, and they come to attack the Balanda people and try to steal them, to steal house, to steal from their house, to steal them. And that is called here very clear in the private court long years ago from Grandpa Fernando Goy. He say it mean in Azande is Atamburaha Beyo Kinsahani Gamu. So that is the language Fernando Goy was documented in the private court of Scout Security. So it say the name Tombra mean Atamburaha Beyo. It is Kinsahani Gamu. So it is a powerful language in Azande language. If you from Azande, you might understand the meaning of Tombra today. Tombra is not the name of city of Tombra. Long years ago, the Balanda people formed a group, come together. It means across entire the city of Tombra used to be originated by the Balanda group. It means Favongo, it means Fomolo, it means Vamvi, it means Vazinda, it means Fomoko, it means Fakpanga, it means different tremendous of group of a Balanda. It means Golo, it means Siri, and those people form the name called small river called Mamurunze. The name it for the Tombra. And during that time, they started to build a school that called senior school behind that head of small river, and they remove the name and take it to the primary school, and they give that name before they give that name to that school. That place behind the cathedral church in Tombra used to be a form for the sister. The school of nuns long years ago is a boarding school, used to be for the people for the young lady who used to go to the nun school in Tombra, and they used to live over there. And that place they call Mamenze School. They used to call it Mamenze Primary School or Mamenze boarding school for the nuns, for the sister school, and in Tombra long years ago. And when the Italy come, when the Italy come, they started to teach a language called Italy, and teach a noun over there. So here you're gonna listen to today. So what does it mean, Bangare? Bangare is someone who from Arabic general private detective, serving in security and watching over the people movement around all the time in Tombra city. So they give him name by the rebel to investigate him, also called Bangare. So during that time, Bangare make a mistake that he want to go to Mangburu long years ago, and he went over there by crossing the small river that called Mangburu to go to Malingi, to go to Mafiso side. Before he crossed the Mangburu, he went to some place like this, have his stone over there, and the rebel of Anzanzareme burned his car, and his car destroyed it. His car destroyed it. So during that time, I want to ask you, where was the Azande people in Tombra? If we're gonna make history about Tombra, so we have to make it very clear. Immigrant from Albargazal to Tombra is no big deal. We cannot call that is an immigrant. Long years ago, people came from Wow, from Albargazal. They all from a Balanda people to go to live, to survive their life in Tombra. We cannot call them they are immigrant, because because it is same land. That mean people came from there, called Siri, Golo, and when they come to stay in Tombra, the people from Tombra will give them name also, called Basiri or called Agolo. So that has been long years ago. So that is things people have to understand. That is things people have to understand. So where did Azande original come from? The Azande have two party of group where they came from. One group came from northern central of Africa, from place called Bambuti and Obor, to live in Tombro and Sarsiubu. Other group came from the Azande, came from northeastern party group from Congo DRC, Congo Democratic Republic of Congo DRC. So to live in Yambio, Maridi, and Yei. That's how the two divisions of Azande came to Sudan, Southern Sudan from today. So this is how the two party group of Azande take place in South Sudan. What happened in 1955 through 1972 in Tombora? The movement of languages Grandpa Ferdinando going to use, called Maria Bato. So Maria Bato means people come at midnight to kill people and take their body to go to eat. So some of them might be Asimba groups, some of them might be Italy people, or some of them might be a Greek people. So those are the movement of language. That's how my grandpa Ferdinando Goy was created private court called Maria Bato. So it means people in Western Equatoria have to understand the meaning called Maria Bato. If you see those guys on the street, you gotta escape from them. You're gonna run away from them. You're gonna escape from them. You're gonna escape yourself from them, because they will kill you, take your body to go to eat. So that was the language of private security for Ferdinando Goy to create that court called Maria Bato. So what happened in 1955 through 1972 in Tombora is security officer to make a good report, documentary to people in Albert Ghazal office. And one of the private detective that was using in report is Joseph Wudo or Joseph Ripai, or many different Azande of a Balanda name here to make those report. So for example, Joseph Wudo make a report on March 21, 1963 to the central office in Albert Ghazal, say that there are 3 plans of discrimination in the city of Tombora. So one of them is people come from Central Africa every day to pass the border to come to live in Sarsibu, in Tambora. Second is the movement of Maria Bato at night to come to attack the civilian people in Tambora and kill them to take their body to go to eat. And three is the movement discrimination from General of Private Deductive Security of Arabian called Bangare in the city of Tambora, every day bothering people in the town. So those are the information. The report was documented. So who was General Aboud? General Aboud was the president of North Sudan long years ago. In 1955 and in 1958, Aboud was simple, tightening the military troops to go long borders, to go all the way in long borders. So in the period 1955 through 1972, what happened? Aboud to send the troops from North Sudan to go to every entire place in Sudan to take over the power. One of them is the troops go to Ethiopian, Uganda, Kenya, Congo, and Central of Africa. So sometime they call, sometime what will happen is, what was the movement goal of this General Aboud to do that? The goal was to increase a big number of Arabian force, security force, to take over power from the rebel groups, rebel of Ferdinando Goy groups, rebel of Joseph Lagu groups, and that happening. Let us see here. What is the meaning of Maria Bato among the Balanda Azande in Tambora long years ago? Someone who are eating people. Someone who are eating people. So, Million Italy on March 25, 1969 in Tambora. What is the movement? Called the Maria Bato Simba in Tambora. That happening in Western Equatoria, Yambi. People come driving a car around. They will light a small battery in your face, and you fall down, and they take you to, they don't see you anymore, you disappear. And that's how the people say, oh, they take him to eat, oh, they kill him, they eat him. So that was the language about it. That was the language about it. So here is something I'm gonna have to focus with you about. What is the formation goal of General Aboud? Well, what happened in 1960 and in 1962 is Aboud formation long troop to go to all destiny across the border in Sudan to take all the entire power from the rebel group, from any kind of rebel group in the border area. So the troop went through Congo, Uganda, Ethiopian, Kenya, Central of Africa, and the goal was Aboud to increase the big number of northern Sudanese national security force to go to take over power from Southern Sudanese rebel group Junubin. Mean Joseph Lagu power has to be take off from him. It means Ferdinando Goy power have to be take off from him. And that way, the documentary in 1955, a policy take good place in the place called Torit City. So that is not the simple things. That is not simple things. So that's how you have to know the grandfather Ferdinando Goy is always on the top amongst the every kind of movement group of rebel in South Sudan today. We come here to talk about what brought violence in Tombra. What brought the violence in Tombra? What brought violence in Tombra on May 19, 2021? It was about two of Azande leader sit in Juba collecting money from the government and are liar to the government by using different discrimination against the people of Western Equatoria. The plan was signed up between the government and them. And the goal of that is they want to sell the economic, they want to sell some ruling materials, they want to sell some raw material in Western Equatoria to some different group from China, from India, from Europe. So that was the violence about it, and that violence bring here has, like, you can hear about the report from news. It say Bundu told a Bazangara in news talk about the violence. That violence was not simple things, and that violence was like the army come to your house, kill you with your children, take over you, and destroy your house, and destroy many people's house in Tombra. And they were saying also it linked from the general of some military group, some army group over there, that they were sent them just to surrender in Tombra for a long time. So people have to understand that movement is not belong to people of Tombra. It is a discrimination. It is sexual abusing. It is sexual violences. It is also sexual terrorizing. So why they were doing that? Because they know when you go to Yambia, you see the forest. You see all the jungle, trees. There's no mountain over there. When you go to Tombra, first thing you see is a lot of mountains. You go to Duma, you see a lot of mountain. You go to Dukasi, you see a lot of mountain. You go to Pangu, you see a lot of mountain. You go to some place called Mountain Ghana, River Ghana. They call Kuburgana. You see a lot of mountain. So that sexual violence, it was about the diamond. It was about the to sell the raw material to China or to Europe or to some different people. And the goal of that is they want to kick the Balande people out from their town. And when they run very far, they can sell those material. so they can sell the material to Indian people are there right now in Uganda, developing a cement product in the market called Tororo cement, and that agreement has been signed too, and that's how we know a lot of things going crazy here. That's how we know a lot of things going crazy here. But I want to tell you, my brother, if you from Tombra, if you from that region, from Western Equatoria, go all the way in Barghazal, come stand with Charles Goy. You will get a lot of information. You will get support yourself. You will get your Tombra to be documentary. You will change the name of Tombra to come back to the correct name that called Mamurunze in a Balanda of Azande language. So that's how we try to correct things here to make it very clear. The name that called Tombra is not the name of the place that called Mamurunze. The name of Mamurunze is the name of city of Tombra right now. People have to understand that. People have to come with the correct that name to use it. So we don't want discrimination. We don't want social violence. So what we just make it here in the private security report is some of Azande to use discrimination language. Some of Azande to use abusing language. Some of Azande to use a neglect languages. So some of Azande to use something positive against poor Balanda of Azande people. So one of them is to steal people's house, land. You go married, they steal your wife. And what we need to reject it in the city of Tombra is to change the name of the city with the name called correct name called Mamurunze. Has to be named documentary in Tombra. And Tombra also need to be separate from Yambio, and to come up exactly what was documentary in the sign agreement. Tombra has to be different state. So in that way we can know how to generate it to make a development in Tombra. In near future, we have to develop Tombra. We have to bring the company that come to build to make a cement in those mountains. And because right now in South Sudan, many places, when South Sudan is gonna take good construction in road system or in building system or in some development in construction system, where are they gonna go buy the cement? They want to buy in Uganda, in Kenya? No. But we have already many mountains that we know. We have raw material in the Balanda of Azande group places. So it's no simple things. We cannot allow something shit to happen over there. Well, we need to protect it, to guarantee the business in Tombra. So that is my question for you. That is my message for you. You can understand this. You don't want violence. You don't want social violence. Because someone come lie to you, and when you go married, you pay a lot of money in your pocket. Somebody come lie to you and take your wife and give it to somebody else and say, because we are Azande right here. That needs to be stopped. That needs to be stopped from today. And second things is liar in the town. Somebody come to work in the government. He's from a Balanda of Azande in Yambio. People are liar against him. People are pissed off against him. People are jealous against him in the city of Yambio. That we call that discrimination about the human being. So government of South Sudan need to investigate that. need to make good report about that. So that is my message to you today. I just summarize something right here, very quick, is about the economic, how we're gonna build the economic in Western Equatoria, man. So it's simple things like this. I'm kind of fighting to you, brother and sister, whatever we all, as you from Azande, you from Balanda of Azande, we all together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We all together. We have to understand each other. We have to come together to make things work. Your job I'm giving it to you is go to Izo area, build your store, your house